this is my computer that I normally screen record on. Let me show y'all what was going on. So without screen recording, it's working just fine, right? So I erased that. I pull up the screen recorder, go back to the screen, try to select the text box does not open. Now, mind you, I was trying to do this for like a whole hour before I got on camera, but whatever. So now that I stopped the screen recorder, the text box pops up. I didn't click it again after I pressed stop. It's just as soon as I stopped it, it popped up. I'm going to hit record again. Click in the text box. I believe I typed the word birthday. Nothing shows up, right? I click stop and the word birthday shows up. Like, I was having the hardest time. It was so annoying. I wanted to give up, but whatever. So now I am on my old laptop, which is super terrible. The screen quality is awful. Like, I really wanted to redo this video and make it so much better than the original, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it was like the biggest fight to get this video out. So it just leads me to believe that this video is supposed to be made. Like, for me to have this many issues, don't worry, there's more issues coming. But for me to have this many issues, like, it just didn't make sense. But I am using my old laptop because of the fonts that this laptop has that my current one does not. Because in the other video, the original video, the number 36 kind of had that double walled type font, and I don't have that on my new laptop. I don't understand why, but whatever. So here I'm just scrolling through some fonts, trying to figure out what looks closest to what we used in the original video. The original video, I filmed it on my iPad, but that iPad is super old. It's just a no. So plus I wanted it to be better quality. I wanted to screen record on my laptop, and I just wanted it to be perfect, but no, didn't work out. So this is the number 36. The text, the font that I'm using is called Algerian. So next is the word birthday. I was playing around with a few fonts just to try and see what I could come up with that was closest to the font that we used before. In the original video, the font is called Wonderlust. It is a Cricut font, but my old computer is terrible. It doesn't connect to the internet, so I couldn't access the Cricut fonts. So I settled on a font called Edwardian or something like that. It is a Microsoft font that is installed on my computer. Edwardian script, ITC. Yeah, if you can see it over in the right hand corner. And I like the font, but the spacing is off. So I believe I put this letter spacing to 0, but then I just shifted it around to kind of, ungrouped it so that I could move the letters the way that I wanted them to be. So when ungrouping, I recommend using your keyboard, the left and right arrows, to move your letters around, because if you just freehand it, they may not end up on the same plane or the same y-axis. Also, you can type in the numbers as you see me doing. I did speed it up because this took a little bit of time. If you move it left to right with your keyboard, you can see it usually shifts by 100 based on the numbers. So you can also play with those numbers in between those two numbers if you can't get it in the right spot by shifting it once with the keyboard. But yeah, play around with it, see if you can, kind of figure out a better way to get your numbers exactly where you want them. And don't forget, once you're done, select the entire word and attach them so that they'll cut together. Or you can also weld it. Once you weld it, it just becomes like an image kind of. But I prefer to just attach and it, stays together on the mat when it's time to cut it. Next up is the word girl. The original font that I used was Cricut something. It's one of their fonts. I can't think of it off the top of my head at this moment. I knew it earlier, but whatever. So yeah, I just played around with a few fonts. You see me skipping through because I knew I wanted something very blocky and very bold. Some of the bolder fonts were like round. I didn't want rounded. I wanted to be very square, very blocky. So I ended up settling on, what was it called? Let me see it pop up. Yes, this is a voiceover. So Show Card Gothic. So yeah, I settled on Show Card, and it's not exactly what we had before, but it's very similar. Also, for the sake of this video, I used the number 36 in the very beginning, but I don't want to waste a shirt, so I am going to change my 36 into the number 15. I do have a niece whose birthday is coming up, so I'm going to just make this shirt for the sake of the video, but I will be giving the shirt to her. But of course, you can put whatever number you want on your shirt, whatever age you're turning, or a friend, whoever you're gonna make the shirt for. Now remember earlier when I told you there were more issues? When I cut this, it literally cut all the way out. And the word birthday was even worse because there were slits between every letter. On top of that, when I went to cut it, originally it didn't work. I had to recreate the whole entire image all over again. So when I tell you this day was off the charts, it was crazy. Okay, so my press is heating up. Let me tell y'all, I almost gave up, but God is good, so I'm not giving up. I don't even know what's going on, but it's okay. We are getting this done. So I am using a size extra small shirt. It's going to be for my niece. So I finally got everything weeded. Let me tell you, this, with all these slits, I don't know if the camera's picking all these little cuts in here up, but trying to weed that, oh Jesus, it was awful because everything wanted to rip apart, like so annoying. But anyway, let's continue to my cutter. I just use scissors. Just cut some of the space off at the top so I can lower cut shirt, I don't mind putting it close to the collar. When you're using like the, is that crew neck? I don't know what you call it, but you know, the regular unisex t-shirts, they don't come down as far. So I always put 2 inches between, but because this is low cut, I can put it right under the collar. I'm just going to align this as I see fit, using just my eyes. But this is also why I use my cutter, because it cuts straight lines and things come out a little bit better than just using scissors. But when I tell you, trying to make this shirt has been literally like, I don't even know what an attack of the freaking devil, but this is crazy. So because the word girl, these letters were like literally out of the cutout, I put another piece of this, I'm gonna say transfer tape, but it's not really transfer tape, just the lining that comes on the iron-on vinyl. It's a used piece. I just put it on top of that so that I can still keep the outline and keep the letters where they are originally supposed to be based on the actual cut. This was okay. I'm telling y'all, when things come to, I don't know, distract you, upset you, throw you off, try not to get too frustrated and just keep going. Because, yeah, I don't know. Just don't give up. Don't give in. Pray about it. Ask God to continue to give you strength. I just feel like that is not it. Make sure, look at this, it's falling apart. This is why. I can't. Jesus. I don't even know. Make sure you have your stuff straight, because you don't want to have it on here crooked. You can't undo it, so just be careful. This 15 is not giving me straightness. I don't know about his birthday either. Usually this line here will help me to see, but because that top is, forget, I don't even know. remind myself all the time. Hopefully today won't be one of those days. So I only pressed that for about 6 seconds. Just to get it to lay down. Because it's all cut up. Now I'm going to add the word girl. I want it to be more closer to where this wire was. Let's see. This will be about as good as it gets. So I think that's good. Now I'm going to press this for about 10 to 15 seconds. Plastic is still on the L. That's what I'm trying to get off. It's still on here. I'm gonna make sure I pull the plastic and not the vinyl. Here we are. I don't really like how journey.
Give us a subscribe, hit that button.